All green flag stops.
Whoa, Kyle Busch is around. Big wreck.
Wow. There's
Dale Jr. got involved.
Oh, Junior's in it, and Matt Kenseth.
And Ty Dillon and Eric Jones are all piled up in turn 3.
What the heck happened?
The 18 just turned around. I don't know if he got himself in a unique position.
Right. What we got
There's
there
Kyle Busch.
All by himself.
Boy.
Oh, it just turned. I mean, that has to be a tire. There's no way that car just jumped around like that without something happening to it. I mean, he just lost. That thing just went sideways.
They were working their way through some slower traffic right here. I can't imagine that there was an aero situation there, but
something cut that tire.
Definitely turned around.
Did he make contact with that car he was passing?
It's a good question.
I didn't see any, but we can look at it again.
I mean,
he's just right there. He's all by himself. Now watch. All of a sudden, that car goes around like a left rear tire maybe went down.
Before that, he and Michael McDowell were pretty close together on the racetrack.
Did you see Junior go up on 2 wheels?
Jimmie Johnson scoots through.
No, that thing just turned around, Mike, all by himself.
You're right. McDowell was nowhere near him.
Right. Upper to you, baby. Dicey down the back straightaway. Cars get a little bit loose and crazy as they get the end of the back straightaway.
I mean, do they think it's 10 to go?
Trouble. Here we go.
Here
we go.
Jimmie Johnson got turned, and they pile up behind him.
14:48. I mean, the whole crowd. There's a 10.
Wow.
Lord have mercy. There you go.
5th caution flag of the day. 7-time series champ Johnson. Now watch Jimmie Johnson outside, 2nd row.
Oh, they got 4 wide. What happened was the 1 car, he snuck to the outside of the 48 getting into turn 3, and the 6 tried to go to the inside. Just not enough room to make it 4 wide right there.
And Mike, I know you won't. The cars are the most difficult to hang on to at the end of that back straightaway. They're light right there. Any touch, any move can spin you out.
I got you. I've not only seen this, I've been a part of this. Jamie McMurray pulls this move a lot. He sticks his nose just right there on your right rear quarter panel, nudges his way in there, and makes some great moves, but it is very aggressive.
Caution is out once again for a big pileup in turn 3. Here he comes for the lead on the outside. On the inside, excuse me, that's Kane. Oh, big trouble.
But did they not wreck?
No, they're wrecking.
Suarez to the inside along with Newman. Cars piling up to the outside and all the way across the track.
Was that?
They're still wrecking.
Oh, McMurray's involved. It almost looked like the rear bumper of possibly Chase Elliott.
We'll keep an eye on.
That's the one right there.
Jamie McMurray.
And the 24 in front of him.
Oh, he tries to go to the inside, make it 3 wide.
Yeah.
Gets to the left rear bumper of the 24 of Chase Elliott, turns him down into, I think that's Michael McDowell, and that just starts a chain reaction. Boy, McMurray's just super aggressive. I don't think those Hendrick teammates are going to be real happy with him.
Wow. Oh, goodness. This is amazing.
Right.
This is amazing.
McMurray into the back of, Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
So
McMurray's going to try to go 3 wide, and there isn't any room.
Guys, one of the things that happens when you're pushing somebody, you're in control of their car. And what that does is create an opportunity for you to jump inside or outside of them. And it works sometimes, but man, is it risky. You never know if you're going to be able to get inside or if they're going to block you, and that's exactly what happened. He kind of got Chase a little bit out of shape. He went to go inside there, and Chase, I don't think he had anything he could do. It just almost turned him.
Well, when the
cars come shooting across to the inside of the track, watch this 31 of Newman do a whole lot of agricultural racing right here. Wow.
Like snow plows.
Jeffrey Earnhardt,
which is not useful in Florida.
Involved. We're under caution again for a multi-car crash in the Daytona 500 on Fox. Second, and here come Logano and Kyle Busch for third.
3 wide going in there to turn 3.
This is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly down here, boys.
Contact.
And Busch is around. Martin Truex's money in Las Vegas. He wins. Kyle Busch slides down the pit road, and teammates are side by side at the finish.
But here, the 22, Joey Logano, and then Kyle Busch of the 18.
Kyle Busch decided he's going to cut left to miss Keselowski. Logano was there, and I don't think Joey took too kindly of it. A little loose on the bottom, but I think then it's just a matter of saying, you know, I'm going to bounce off you because I need.
Riding with Joey Logano, up ahead is Kenseth in 15th place.
Oh, wow. Yikes. Man, that hurt.
That's when you're really thankful for a safer barrier.
You just don't know how that feels. If you've never been in a car that hits the wall like it, you just can't imagine what it feels like. It's like getting hit in the gut with a baseball bat.
Matt?
And Mike, this run, Matt can.
Little wiggle by Hamlin.
Oh,
gets
Hamlin
loose.
got. Oh man, Hamlin lost a
get
bunch
by
of time
him.
right there.
Spin.
Around goes
down the back.
Kenseth.
Got a spin behind you.
Ow!
Hard hit with the right front for Matt Kenseth.
Ow!
Or left front, rather. Gosh.
They were just. I think that once again.
I am okay, but I want to say I was okay as I was last week.
Blocks the outside lane.
So watch the 20 and see if they make contact. Yeah, a little bit of contact between Martin Truex Jr. and the 20 of Kenseth.
Boy, I tell you, and that's a hard lick right there for
really
Matt Kenseth.
Hard impact right here. You can see how this wall sticks out.
But man, it's
That's
a lot better
where
than it
the
used
safety
to be.
vehicles are at, but thankfully there's a safer barrier there.
Woo. Right in that left front.
Now, a number of drivers had taken the wave around to get back
corner
on
clear
the
if you
lead
need
lap.
it. Inside, tight behind you, 2 wide, up top. Okay, that'll be a wreck. 3 wide top. 3 wide top.
Brad Keselowski shoots right through.
Okay, that'll be a wreck.
It looks to me like Matt Kenseth realized the one of Jamie McMurray was coming on the outside. It's given him plenty of room, and at that same time, Truex was trying to make a move to his left rear, and they made contact.
He shaved his beard. Maybe that's helping with the big turnaround here. Great run so far.
Oh, that 3 in the 77. The 3 in the 77 got together, and that's what created that whole mess. Oh, the 41 is crashed. It's the 47 right there.
Jones behind Casey Kane.
Some contact here.
Kind of ran the 77 a little wide. He makes contact with the outside wall. The 3 just puts a fender inside there.
Wow.
I've seen a lot of this today.
Austin Dillon gets piled into from behind by Hamlin.
And I think it was just a domino effect. The 3 checked up, trying not to get into him too much and spin him.
Yep.
Then cars started stacking up behind, makes contact. See the 11 of Denny Hamlin makes contact. I think the 14 maybe even made a little bit of contact to the back of Denny Hamlin there.
Yeah, Hamlin was able to. I don't think he has any problems, but he was lucky.
Diving into the corner or coming up off the
trouble,
corner?
turn 3. A lot of trouble.
Earnhardt looks like something went right through the radiator or oil cooler.
Yeah,
he's involved with Hamlin, Almirola, Allmendinger, and is that Patrick up by the wall?
Yeah, it's Danica up there.
Hang on, we got some bad luck. What the fuck happened right there?
There's the 11 and the 10. Hamlin and Patrick going down into 3. Ooh, Denny
gets a little loose.
Yeah, he just shot up. He shot up the hill.
Oh, and then Earnhardt got into the back of Casey Kane.
And there's Allmendinger. He got into it.
Almirola.
Wow. I think the 88's probably going to have to go to the garage. He's got a busted radiator.
You see the back end. Oh, he wheel hops a little bit right there. You know, we talked about Denny having some issues wheel hopping here last year.
Yep.
Looks like that might have caught him again.
Let's ride with Eric Almirola.
Somebody caught him right in the left rear and spun him around.
Yep, right up.
You know, I don't think Patrick's. I don't think her car was damaged. Four.
This is amazing.
Way up on the outside of the racetrack, or off 2 rather, and there's Jimmie Johnson.
Man.
Bam.
mean, Junior gets a little loose on the outside, but he still was up against the wall.
Yeah, I just like Jimmie didn't know he was there. Like I think Junior came out of nowhere. I don't think Jimmie was.
It was a bit edgy, but as soon as he could get some clean air on that car, he said, "I think we're gonna have a fast race car." His spotter Eddie DeHunt just told him it's time to be greedy.
There he goes. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, upside
down.
The side.
Well, AJ, that was a humdinger.
Yes, it was, and that's there he is upside down, and I hope he's all right. I see him moving around in there.
Elliott in the 24.
Yeah, you just see AJ. He gets up against the 24 here. He's pushing him, and he just gets over to the left-hand side here, and you can't push over there.
Even got him himself. He was, it was not something that was intentional. He was just trying to push and help, but it actually even got AJ Allmendinger turned around as also.
Wow, look at
big
Danica.
Impact by Danica into that inside wall.
Heck of a lick.
Didn't that happen to her at Daytona where she got into the inside wall and hit hard where a wall jutted out like that?
Now see, I think Chase Elliott was he already had his hands full prior to that. He was trying to get it gathered up, and then AJ came off his rear bumper and then made contact with him again. Also, Logano went for a heck of a ride there. A couple big impacts.
Keselowski's up in there.
Minor damage for Kevin Harvick.
I've been upside down at Daytona one time and slid on my roof just like that, with sparks flying, and I was just hoping at the last second it was going to roll back over so I could get out. But AJ's didn't do that. He was stuck upside down. Not a comforting feeling. That oil tank is right behind you. It's very possible for oil to start leaking out. You want to get out of there as fast as you can.
Looks like there were only about a dozen cars who had a chance to evade to the inside and not get. Let's ride with Danica Patrick.
Second, back it down. Stay low. Inside. 32 never stop.
Boy, that was a lick. Man.
Let's show you this in real time. Wow. Talladega, world's fastest junkyard.
13 just had bailed out because he felt like it was getting wild, and it worked out for him, so maybe Ty can get it done.
Thanks, Austin.
All right, we're just getting word. Thank you very much for that. That Chase Elliott in the 24 and Eric Jones in the 77 eliminated from the race because they were continuing to drive when the red flag came out.
They had bigger problems than that, though, Chris. That 24 car was not repairable, so he was just trying to get home.
There were problems.
Busch's car was in his way.
Getting crowded up there in the front right now with the 42. Oh,
Whoa,
trouble. Big
crash. Danica Patrick and Joey Logano.
Oh, man.
And Eric Almirola.
Holy smoly.
Heavy damage there on Danica.
Those cars are killed.
And Almirola piling in at the last second and going up in the air. Patrick
Danica's
quickly out of her car.
Oh man, it looked like the 22 just got loose.
I think that.
Oh man, what a ride that Danica went on.
Danica took a heck of a ride into the wall, and then the 43 just plowed in there.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. I think he committed to the outside lane. Pretty big impact by the 43. As you could see, Almirola sitting in his car. He hadn't quite gotten out of the car. Oh,
right front. Yeah, I saw it blow the fender up.
I think that was a brake rotor.
Oh, you think it was?
Yeah, and that's why it turned left. I think that disintegrated the right front brake rotor. Right as he went to the brakes, you saw it come through the hood, and what that do? It just turned the car to the left because all it had was left front brake.
It turned it dead left. I know that.
Patrick went for a wild ride and then got pounded again by Almirola.
Mike, remember Joey Logano complained about his brakes early in the race.
Well, he made a nice recovery, Larry. Got himself back up here in the top 10 or 12 and had a pretty good car, looked like. Boy, this is huge right there. Look at that car come up off the ground. That's a heck of an impact.
The rear axle almost come out of, or the rear end housing almost come out of that car, the 43.
Now, Almirola was a good 10 spots behind this.
Yeah, he must have thought those cars were going to come down the track. I'm not sure what he was thinking.
See how.
That's big right there, but then what's that?
That's why Danica jumped out so fast. Look at all the flames. Big fire there. All she could see was flames. She knew she needed to get out of that car as soon as she possibly could.
Back here he is way back here.
And he's trying to get slowed down. He sees that. And the car just goes into a slide. It just sort of a controlled slide, but unfortunately sending him right in to the cars, you know, that are in this crash, to the 10, the 22. You see that rear end housing?
Yeah.
How violent that was. It's such a snap. I mean, you just frontal impact like that, and the driver is pushed forward immediately, and it just snaps you.
And by the time he got near them, there was certainly enough debris on the racetrack that could have cut one of his tires and prevented him from cutting.
Working on the tube.
Jeffrey Earnhardt down on the apron past the start-finish line. A lot of smoke. And we were told it smelled like rear end grease. Caution.
Oh, trouble. There's oil everywhere. I think there's oil from the 33. Man, it took out some good cars.
Brad Keselowski's car is destroyed.
Chase Elliott.
And Chase Elliott. What started out to be a routine caution for fluid on the track. There had been some smoke from Earnhardt's car, but then it got big.
Okay, so that's off of turn 4. He comes all the way down the front straightaway. Now the wreck's already happened. No, something happened to Chase Elliott.
He may have blown up. There was huge fire underneath the hood of that car.
I think the oil may have come from the 24, or certainly we know that there was fire and fluid underneath the 24.
Wow, I'm not sure what happened. Look at all the fire. Look under here.
Oh, man.
That thing grenaded.
Boy.
Unbelievable.
Brad Keselowski will tell you nowhere to go.
Yeah, he switched lanes. I had somebody underneath me. Darn, you came right in front of us, man. Sorry, guys. Something broke. I'm going to go find out. Switched lanes. I was stuck in oil. Couldn't do nothing.
Oh, yeah, he just lost control of the car. Couldn't avoid him.
Slid through the oil right into the back of Chase Elliott. Murray 3 wide.
Wow, he's sideways. Oh,
no.
Big crash. Back straight away.
Crashed.
That'll be it.
Big wreck going into 3. I mean, look at them. They're wrecking everywhere.
I think they made it to the overtime line.
Now NASCAR will have to look at video to determine whether the leader was at the overtime line or not before the caution.
So it's Ty Dillon. He gets loose. Then a little bit of contact between he and his teammate Ryan Newman.
Hard contact, 77 and a 13 there.
And then it's on.
Yep, and he gets into the one. Is that McMurray down there?
Allmendinger, Bain.
See Larson right there. He gets a little loose, but it doesn't matter.
Big impact from the 77 of Eric Jones.
So many cars all on top of each other.
It won't matter.
Wow.
Jimmie Johnson slams the wall in Pocono.
Oh, my.
Fucking brake failed. Wowzers.
Running 7th. Johnson with a brake problem. And Jamie McMurray has destroyed the right side of his car.
Yeah,
whose brakes fail? Was it Jimmie Johnson or was it Jamie McMurray?
I don't know, but I don't know.
48 Jimmie Johnson. That's right in the braking zone. See if, right there.
You see that smoke, actually, the right rear. It looked like fire in the right rear.
It did look like a failure in the right rear. He turns left trying to get away from that wall. Heavy impact. The right side. That'll take the wind out of you. Now, what happened here is what we've got to figure out. How did Jamie McMurray get involved?
I don't know how much brake fluid would have come out of that 48 car, but it could be that Jamie Mack hit something from the 48 car.
Or were there any parts or pieces that flew off the 48 car?
That is
hard. That's a wicked hit.
Remember, we're talking 200 mile an hour down into that corner.
When Johnson's car was going sideways, inside the right rear wheel was glowing bright red. You don't often see that on the rear brake.
No, there was some fire coming out. I think McMurray ran over something.
And that may have been brake fluid that caught on fire of those hot parts on the right rear that we saw was turning red.
All right, we have some audio.
To his quarter panel going into the corner.
Ooh, we got loose.
Something's wrong with Blaney. He's not going anywhere, backing up the whole field.
Looked like and got a bump there from Harvick.
Oh, they got a wreck. They got a wreck.
Heavy impact to the inside wall by Danica. Yeah, the 21 of Blaney just gets loose right there.
Slides up in front
of the four.
Yeah.
They just all stack up from there. Here comes Danica. The pretty nice run. Yeah, she had nowhere to go.
Bubba Wallace got into the back of the 19 of Suarez and shot him over into Danica.
Yeah, after there was contact between Suarez and...
Get low.
Riding with Bubba Wallace.
Still inside. 2 above you, 1 below.
Right there.
Stay with it, bud.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go.
Easy, dig straight. The 5 still inside. Keep hustling. The caution will be behind you. You're ahead of that 5.
These 3 cars get almost glued together coming off the corner, the 19, the 4, and the 21.
I think right there is what cut Blaney's left rear down. When the 4 got into him, then everybody took evasive action, and Danica was the worst for the wear.
Here's Ryan Blaney's radio.
Make a pass.
Let's see what
happens
McDowell,
right maybe. I think he just got out in the debris.
Yeah, he just got dirt. He just got out in the loose stuff, and it just went straight in the fence. And boy, it pushed that wall back.
There is the barrier I was talking
that
about.
Wall right there. He just moved that thing back out of the way. And I mean, he hit that a ton.
And the big one happens at Daytona. Kyle Busch goes around in front of 3 or 4 other cars, collecting them, and the caution comes out again. Take a look at what happened.
Follow along Kyle Busch. Little wiggle right there. I think he had a problem. That thing just turned around on him right in front of the field. So look at all the big impacts, all the smoke.
You have to be wide open. Look how fast that happened. Joey Logano, a hard impact into Kyle Busch. You see the 42 of Kyle Larson, the 78 of Martin Truex Jr.
He was
many cars damaged.
He was right in front of his brother. Kurt Busch was damaged.
Joey Logano just nowhere to go. I mean, it happened so quickly. All you can see is smoke. You heard him lift. He saw that the nose of that car pointing the wrong way. Oh no, what am I going to do? Lift, lift, lift. Gets into it.
And the spotters, you hear them. They're trying to give them information, but they know. I think it looks to me that the 18 had an issue or was having a handling issue. He was losing the car in front of him back against his brother's bumper, and I think the 41 turned around, not on purpose, but the 18 was slowing down, and you just cannot slow down in the packs.
There's no doubt he started single file as a leader. That's in your best interest. He's trying to do it. I don't know if he's going to work out or not. We've seen Junior do this many times where he just goes to the top and everybody follows.
Oh, around goes the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Harvick spins around. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is involved. Brad Keselowski involved. Smoke coming out of the 32 of Matt DiBenedetto.
20 mile an hour. See the 4-car wiggle, turns around quickly right in front of her. No, nothing anybody can do. All the smoke, can't see. Hope you get through it.
I'm amazed more cars aren't in an accident like that, Rick, as tidily as their bunch going through the corner. Right here, you're on board with Kevin Harvick, middle of the corner, wide open.
88's going with you. Hey, easy here. Blow a tire or something, hold your brake.
Just a snap spin, and then the reaction behind him. And even the spotter in an accident, calm as could be on the radio.
Calm as he could be. Stay on the brakes.
Oh,
that's how quick that happened.
Keep coming, buddy. Keep coming. We're in it, Greg.
It's broken. You see, he's turning the wheel left, but the car is going right. So the car spins around right there. It sandwiches up to the 88. The 5 of Casey Kane makes an evasive maneuver, goes to the bottom. How about the 41 of Kurt Busch? A hard left to miss Casey Kane. Another hard left to miss the spinning 2 of Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, I don't think Kane or Keselowski ever hit anything.
Back just a bit in that inside line, the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Look at the hands on AJ Allmendinger. Up in the air goes the 42 of Kyle Larson. Caution comes out. And another contact that Kenseth hits. The 1 of Jamie McMurray flying down pit road.
Wow.
bad did he get back on the ground without flipping?
See right here, he gets down low. The 17 of Ricky Stenhouse tries to fill the upper lane. The 42 tries to block. And as you said, the 42 was destined to go airborne. The roof flaps deployed, setting the 42 back on the ground. And as that happened, the 41 of Kurt Busch crossed the tri-oval, took a hard hit. This is another great action shot right here. Watch this 42. Hits the wall, then gets pushed into the air by the 17. You see the roof flap open. The car sets back on the ground.
21 of Blaney, he's in the brakes, just nothing you can do. Remember, Matt Kenseth, Casey Kane had got shuffled back. They got behind this wreck. Matt Kenseth did not get through it. Casey Kane did.
The 41 of Kurt Busch also came back across the racetrack. He hit it very hard into the safer barrier.
If you've ever been on a multi-ton airliner and taken off, those planes take off at 170 miles an hour. We're riding along at over 190 with the 42.
Hold it where you got it. Hold where you got it.
His hands off the wheel for 90% of that. Took his hands off the wheel, hoping not to injure his hands or his wrist.
Room in front of the 14. Spin and check up.
What a sickening feeling. Looking out the windshield, a car in the air in front of you, not knowing what's going to happen.
We are in overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
All right, flag. Clear by
White flag in the air. One more time around as they wreck behind him. Daniel Suarez is around. Matt Kenseth is around. The 3 of Austin Dillon in the grass. The caution has come out. It has been a perfect 10 for Martin Truex Jr., his 10th career win. 4.
Darrell Wallace just way up the racetrack. Pushed the 20 out of the groove. 20 spun and all that loose debris. Nothing Suarez or Dillon could do.
They were well past that overtime line, which determines if they will restart again. Almost got to the white flag. What an amazing restart. Let's look again at this.
That was a great restart.
A drag race into turn 1. Oh, Kyle Busch slides and does the 78. They both go up into the wall through turn 1. Caution comes out.
Lock her down. We're done. KO'd.
Go. Kyle Busch on the outside. Just rolls up on the outside of 78. 78 gets loose, just like we saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. a minute ago. Got loose getting in the corner. Could not hold the car on the bottom. Gets in the side of the 18. Ty Dillon, great job not running to the side. This is the result when you push, but if you don't, you're not going to win these races.
The winless streak will continue for Kyle Busch. It now goes over a year.
Look at the rear of that car just fold up.
And we had just seen it on the previous restart, Rick. These two cars left the field by 1 second in one lap. They were hands down the 2 most dominant cars here today, both eliminated. I'm not sure I know who the favorite is now.
Is there a new favorite?
Anyone else?
Well, who's going to step up and seize the opportunity?
Trying to stretch it today on fuel mileage, but obviously we've got a caution.
Caution on the racetrack. The 14 of Clint Boyer involved.
Hold the brake.
Also the 41 of Kurt Busch.
See Clint Boyer comes off the corner, gets loose. Eric Jones is underneath him. Big impact. It was around the 14th position. Went back across the racetrack, right in front.
Yeah, the 41 of Kurt Busch.
Big impact.
There was a car in front of Clint that got loose.
Yes.
But that saved it. And that's what drew my attention away from Clint Boyer. But if you look right behind that car, that's where the 14 actually loses control.
Yeah, I believe it's Paul Menard that got loose. Wow.
And that was, Kurt Busch would have avoided this, but The 14 came up. Let's ride along with Kurt Busch on the helmet cam.
You see him crashing down. Crash dash coming up. He's coming up. Coming in the middle. Hold the brakes there, bud, when you can.
Seen that too many times.
Kane determining the restart. Once he enters the restart zone, he gets a shove behind him. Green flag back in the air. Caution's going to come out. They're wrecking behind him. Eric Almirola. Trevor Bayne was third. He was just behind Brad Keselowski. Three of Austin Dillon also in there.
Look right here. Look at Kate. See Keselowski's hand out the window. He's asking for help. Hey, push me. Give me a push. That's what this is all about. And it actually helps Brad Keselowski. He actually gets ahead of Trevor Bayne, I believe. This push from the 6 car is better than the push from the 11. The 11 pushing Kane actually knocked the rear tires off the ground. The push from the 6 pushed the 2 car ahead.
And Michael McDowell in the 95 was pushing the 6 and pushed him right around.
I think the leader of this race just switched. I think Brad Keselowski is going to be the leader of this race. Again, just everybody's pushing long straightaways. Everybody wants to be the first line into turn 1.
And it's hard to reference, but it looks like Kasey Kahne chooses to wait to the end of the restart zone. Now, he can absolutely do that. He can fire the race anytime in start that zone. But the problem when you wait,
you've got to be on the bottom part of the racetrack if you want to be successful.
Momentum, the key when you go through turn 3 because you have such a long straightaway as Kenseth sideways in front of the field. They're piling up behind him.
Well, Matt Kenseth got by with that, I believe. He never touched anything, but Eric Almirola with major damage on the front of his car. Go down into turn 3. See Matt Kenseth on the inside of Jimmie Johnson, and we keep seeing this over and over and over. We saw it last week at Indianapolis. The car on the outside of Matt Kenseth just pulls him around. No air on the car. This low downforce package makes these cars very difficult to drive with the car on the outside of him. So then all these guys behind it, you can see they just cannot get slowed down quick enough.
Yeah, it looked like somebody might have got into the back of Eric Almirola. It could have been Dale Jr. that maybe pushed him in there a little bit faster and not able to slow down. It's just a chain reaction. And Matt Kenseth, he wasn't overdriving. We're on the first lap of the race, but as Jeff pointed out, these things happen so quickly.
Paul Menard, the 27, got into the back of the 3 of Austin Dillon.
And DJ, you've been in that situation. In slow motion replay or whatever, it looks like it's happened. Oh, well, I'm not clear. It's not clear to me if Kasey thought he was clear and was trying to go up the racetrack to get in front of the 19, or if
still pretty far back in the corner. I'm not sure if he was steering it up or if he was chasing the car up. This would be a good view on board with Daniel Suarez. You hear Daniel out of the gas. He knows the 5 is coming up, and he knows the 5 isn't clear. He tries to lift out of the gas, but it's too late, and the 5 comes across his nose.
I think the 5 got free. I think the 5 got loose.
Kyle Larson out in front at Richmond. And up into the wall goes the 78 hard. Caution will come out. Kyle Larson will be the winner.
11 underneath Martin Truex Jr. 78 started coming down. I think he thought the 11 was going to start turning. Just racing for position. As soon as they make contact, you can see the 11 start to brakes really hard. See how much brake he's got in the car. He was trying to avoid the incident. Some wrecks, it's just racing for position. I don't know that somebody did anything really wrong. It's
going to be it, and we have a wreck on the backstretch.
In trouble.
So it's Kevin Harvick. Everyone tried to stop, but there's contact. The 41 gets into him. He couldn't see. Also piling into them.
The 78's in it as well. The 78, 88 is backwards on the backstretch as well.
They were sideways as the 4 was sliding sideways. Now there's more contact made as the 78 and the 88 trying to get going the right direction.
So Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick were battling for position, and couldn't tell from that view if there was contact or not, but Kevin Harvick goes around.
And you see the smoke, as you mentioned, Rick, basically blinding on the backstretch. None of these cars can see as they come through.
Putting in the gas, trying to spin those rear tires to keep from going all the way around and making contact with the wall, and that's why there was so much smoke. And so the 33 got in the back of the 78.
There wasn't a lot of damage to the right front of the 78, but then right here, so the 88 and the 78 are both going to try to get going in the same direction or get going in the correct direction. They both put it in reverse. Boom. Damage on both cars. Larson left rear, as difficult as that is to do.
That's a good point.
Go low, go low, go low, go low. And we're in it. All right.
So definitely damage to the right front fender on the 78.
Yeah, it is the left rear that they're going to make contact with here,
We're
too.
going to hit left rear to left rear right here.
And drivers just can't see that well out of the back of the race car.
And so the red flag is going to come out as, again, the cars are locked together.
Look at this view right here. Riding along with Busch, you can see he has no idea where anybody is, and he committed to going to the top, and Kevin Harvick was sitting there. He came out of the smoke, and there the car was sitting.
All depended upon that group of cars working together and not making mistakes, as we see some cars making their way to pit road now.
Oh, there you go. There's a
big group, and there's a problem. Jimmie McMurray gets hit. Earnhardt gets into him. McMurray's going to get hit again.
We see that so many times at Talladega. Everybody trying to get on pit road at the same time, and they just make contact. And Jimmie McMurray.
He's so difficult. Here's what happened.
Well, you can see, I think Kyle Busch was on the inside of Jimmie McMurray. Did not know he was trying to pit. So here we go. We see Jimmie McMurray trying to slow down.
He's in the second lane, way up on the racetrack, and the 77, I think, has no idea the one is pitting or just can't tell. And he hits him reasonably close to full speed, Jeff.
Also the 15, we see Mark Thompson got into that as well. Chris Buescher in the 37, also collected. Riding along with the bat cam, 100 miles an hour on that camera as they go down the back stretch.
Oh, there it is.
Hard into the wall, the 41 of Kurt Busch. He'll collect the rest of the field.
The 18's in it, the 48's in it.
The 88 is in it. Just on the front edge. He starts to roll now on the apron. The 32 of Matt DiBenedetto.
Oh, just
looks like the 78. Was that the 38 perhaps of David Reagan?
Yeah, I think it was a 38. It's like that 78 trying to make it 4 wide. And
this has eliminated all of these race cars.
And this is back-to-back weeks for the 18 of Kyle Busch to have a wrecked car.
Big hits.
And think about that. Everyone had Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr. automatically in Miami. It was
when that happens.
You saw how quick it happened for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. There he is on the bottom. Boom, there's somebody, you know, from his car. He knew nothing was happening until the 38 came flying in front of him.
And look at the 11 of Danny Hamlin, right in the middle, right here. There's cars wrecking on both sides of him, yet he sneaks through the middle, as well as the 2 of Brad Keselowski on the bottom of the racetrack.
Kevin Harvick's in it as well. I didn't see Kevin Harvick until just now, but Kevin Harvick is also in this.
Right. Coming right at us. Behind him. Suarez back up there. Big wreck behind them. Logano gets in it.
Wrecking behind you.
Trevor Bayne also involved. Ryan Blaney in the 21. Big hit for him again. And the 4 of Kevin Harvick also into the side.
You see the 21 and the 22 made a little bit of contact, and it pushed the 22 of Logano down into the side of the 6 car.
gone in the 75. Made contact as well.
So right here, just they contact over the air, just moved them, but just moved the 22 of Logano down inside into the side of the 6 of Bain.
And to add to the frustration of Kevin Harvick, he was really on a lap of his own. You don't even see him in the picture because he was behind the pack. These cars just don't stop right away, running almost 200 miles an hour. So you see, as you see on board, he's slowing down, trying to slow down.
In front of easy. Hit him. Easy.
Small pack, but this is it. All fighting. A huge opportunity for some drivers out here. Suarez is going to go around. He got tagged from the back. Right in front, hard contact.
All right, hold it up there, hold up there. Yellow's out. Be ready, guys. Right.
An attempt to make it 3 wide. Hey, see right here, Chase Elliott tries to make it 3 wide, and the 42 came up a little bit, the 19 came down a little bit. Another big wreck. But the hole's there. So Chase Elliott, he's doing. Why not make that move? It's there, and then it just closed up.
Well, this is what we talk about. How aggressive do you want to be? If you're not going to go for that hole, then you're not going to win this race. And you could argue both sides of that. Say, hey, it's a good points day. Don't try to take that hole. But that's not how race car drivers are wired. When they see that gap open up, Jeff, that is green light. That is going for the win at Talladega.
And again, it's not that the 42 or the 19 may have turned their wheels, but when you have that many cars and they're that close, the air moves you around. It's not like the cars just go perfectly straight.
Let's ride along with the 88. Top 3, the 77 of Erik Jones and the 24, and around goes the 77 of Jones, almost up over the wall as they hit hard.
That Kenseth.
The 20 of Kenseth involved, as is the 1 of McMurray. A big wreck coming out of turn 2.
Inside, watch your inside. All right, we're rolling, guys. 4 flat.
2.
You can see they're coming off turn 2, and Erik Jones, car gets loose, puts a little bit too much wheel back to the right, and basically head on into the wall, and then major impact behind, got him up in the air.
I think that was Daniel Suarez, perhaps, that made the first impact. It looked like the 19 car, that orange and white car.
But as we mentioned, the 20 involved, the 1 of Jamie McMurray, both involved in the playoffs, part of the round of 12.
There's the big hit right there for the 20 car. You see Jimmie Johnson, the left-hand side of the screen, sliding through.
Man, it's very good to see Erik Jones get out. That was a
right along with Matt Kenseth.
What's in middle lane? He's still out there. You see 3. Easy, easy, easy. Stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low.
That hole opened up. You heard him go back to the throttle. See right here, the wheel, just a little too much wheel back to the right.
Daniel Suarez absolutely nowhere to go.
14 of Clint Boyer, heavy damage with the 19 as well. And we saw the 43 of Aric Almirola was also involved. Unbelievable wreck on lap 199 of the Hollywood Casino 400. 77 of Erik Jones, almost. Elliott diving, trying to block. Down the backstretch again. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around. Hamlin takes the lead, and the caution comes out.
Get it going if you can. Get it.
See right here, Denny Hamlin all in the back of the 24.
.24 up into the wall. Remember how aggressive these drivers have been up to this point, and now the aggression even more, because there's a spot in the championship for a playoff driver. Martin Truex Jr. has never won on a short track. As he comes out of 4, it's a drag race. They wreck behind him. Kyle Busch will win.
Yes, sir. Checkered.
Big wreck on the front stretch. a parking lot.
Of the field, Rex behind it. Starts right here with Blaney and the 11 getting together. A hard hit by the 41 in the distance.
Kevin Harvick going around across the start-finish.
I got in the back of him, and he spun out, and somebody got in the back of me, and I wrecked too. It was a mess at the end. I mean, everybody was doing the exact same thing. I hated for his team. I understand they're had a win for a long time coming, but this is a ticket to Homestead, and I'm not sure,
We were just talking about late in a run. Well, there you go. Oh, gosh. Such an impact.
And look at this in real speed.
Oh, God.